Hi guys, welcome back. It's me, Teresa Perrin. I wanted to give you a good ticker that has been ripping today to keep on your watch list because it may continue with this move up tomorrow. It's G as in golf, R as in Romeo, N as in November, Q as in Quebec. That's GRNQ. And guys, this was another Steve Yanazu effect. I really believe that because, interestingly enough, I had bought just 5 shares of this stock. Literally 5 shares. It's something weird that I do where if I have conviction in a stock or I think it might move, I will buy between 5, 10, and 20 shares. And that's based on what my conviction is, and I just have my own system. It's really strange, but I legit had 5 shares of it. And I was watching it today going, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like this is going to rip. And then I started like looking into it and wondering, what is it about this stock? And I think I even tweeted out at one point, does anyone know anything about this stock? Like, what am I missing here? And all of a sudden, guys, I don't know if that was before or after it ripped, but I realized it was ripping like right around that same time. And I'm like, what on earth is happening? Well, sure enough, I go and I look on the internet to see what's causing this to happen. Can't find any news, but I do find a tweet from Steve again. And I'm like, for the love of God, what is this man? Like, seriously, if you're not following, guys, you need to be. And I'm going to show you his tweets, and so you can find him yourself on Twitter because he has some kind of magical effect with these low float stocks. And it's interesting because a lot of his picks are stocks I'm watching. And I absolutely love it. I did send him a message about pets, another favorite of mine. So I wonder if he'll look into that one and give it a shout out because that thing needs to blow. And let me tell you, it's ready. It has high short interest and it's ready to go. It just needs volume to come into it. So, you know, Steve, if you're watching or someone that knows him is, send him a little shout out this way that pets could need some love and it could be a big mover because let me tell you guys, that stock, when it goes, I can seriously see it hitting. If the right volume comes in, you know, it's trading at $4 and change today. It did hit over 5 and came back down, which is a common trend with the stock. But I can see it going upwards to 20, even 50 or $100 if, you know, the right moves at the right time. It just would have to be right for that to happen. There's a lot of things that would need to come into play, but with the short interest and everything else, you know, it's not a number it hasn't reached before. And again, this is a reverse split. So there's no reason why it couldn't do this with the tiny float that it has. But anyways, we're not here to talk about pets. That's a little side note for you. Let's get back to GRNQ. And please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. But one last thing about pets, please do keep that on your watch list because I have a feeling, regardless of whether Steve gets it a shout out or not, it's only a matter of time, guys, before that goes on an absolute rip. And I have been watching it for months. Finally took my entry and I'm doing well. I'm swinging it. I'm not day trading it because it's something that I believe in, and I have a feeling that it's going to be when I'm not watching it that it absolutely rips. So I don't want to take that risk, so I am holding it as a swing trade, and I did buy it, you know, around $2. So it's doubled in price. I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, I could have pulled out at 5 and gone back in. I knew what it was going to do, but at this point, I don't care. It's a swing trade for me, and I do have different plays, and if you're watching my channel, that's something else that you should know. Please know that I do all 3 things. I day trade, I swing trade, and I invest. So guys, you know, unless I tell you specifically what it is that I'm doing, you may not know. You can assume if I'm talking about it, that more than likely I'm invested in it. I tell you straight out if I'm not, because there are things like I just did a video on NUWE that I do not have a position in, and I have no intention of taking one unless perhaps it dips back down, because actually being an RN, I do think it would be an amazing stock to have. So I may add it to my long-term portfolio, but watch the video because I wouldn't do it until my air of caution happens, because I know what ultimately it's likely to do. So I'm not buying it at these prices. Anyways, let's get back to GRNQ. Sorry for the side note. Let's get started. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, guys, GRNQ had an amazing day. It was up 59.86% or 92 cents. prior to closing, and after hours, it ripped another 37 cents or 15.02 cents. Actually, it ripped even higher than that, I believe, because the high of this candle was $3.33, guys. However, it has dipped back down in the after hours and is currently back closer to its closing price, maybe a few cents up. It's somewhere around it's been bouncing between $2.40 and $2.45 or 48 cents, guys. So it is, definitely still up though, that 59.86%, which is amazing. Just so you know, this ticker has a 52-week low of $1.28 and a 52-week high at $23.70. I believe it's had a reverse split, which is probably what made this free float so small, because if you look back at the 5-year chart, you can see on certain brokerages that it was lower than that. So I'm guessing that that is the reason for that. And guys, today volume was 40 times its normal volume.
ARCT.
Normally, oh gosh, forgive me. Let me silence that. I didn't realize that I had that on. One sec. My apologies. That was my scanner. Okay, guys. So, like I said, the free float is only 3.63 million shares. Guys, that is so small that this stock can move up and down very, very quickly. So it can have amazing moves. In fact, I'm surprised with it trading 40 times its normal volume, which is, over 10 times the entire free float, that it did not go higher than what it did today. So that's interesting, because it literally, maybe people don't know what they own, or they were just scalping in and out of it. Because guys, for it to trade 10 times the float, I would think it would move substantially higher. But anyways, it did have a massive move. 63.87% is nothing to complain about, that's for sure. And as you can see, there were actually more sell orders than inflow orders, which I find strange given the situation. So, again, there was a huge buy order though. And as you can see, institutionally wise, where these large orders come in, there was more buying than there was selling. So it was the retail trader that was actually selling. And my guess is, guys, maybe people that were trapped at a loss that were holding this ticker, when it got up, they probably had orders in to sell. That would be my guess of why this happened, because otherwise, with it trading as much as it did today, it doesn't make sense, especially given that this large scale order came in today for 147,4,600 shares. So that's 147.46 thousand, I should say, but you get the hint. So anyways, guys, I think that this could continue to run tomorrow. However, there are some things that make me question if it's going to be a pump and dump type situation, but we'll get into that at the end. So this is written, this is a hold by the analysts, and only one analyst has rated it, which is why you see a price target of $8 as the low, average, and high. But guys, that's a huge way up. I mean, you can triple your investment even if you got in at this price. So, if it keeps on the uptrend, then it could be quite spectacular. And I do want to show you under Weeble's most mentioned stocks, it's number 7. Oh, geez, no, I'm sorry. That's AVCT. That shouldn't be there. My apologies. This was not on there. I'm sorry. So going to Fintel, the current days to cover, guys, is 3.99 days, because the normal volume that it gets is, like I said, 1 million. So at the rate though that it traded today, clearly if shorts wanted to cover, they could have. The short interest is only 4.13%. But given the 4 days to cover, trading what it did today, I think that needs to get updated, and perhaps it will either tonight or tomorrow. But on a positive catalyst, there are 0 shares available for them to use to short this. So they can't short it back down as of now anyways, provided that stays the same. If there were shares available, the cost to borrow, the last price was 24%. And the total short volume is 35.16%. And guys, as you can see, I highlighted the low, which is 23.36%, and the high of 60.77%. So it does fluctuate. And there are currently 0 shares with failure to delivers due for tomorrow. And as you can see, there's not really a significant amount coming up. Into next week, you know, we do get into the double digits, 22,324, 19,983. So guys, this could be significant if, you know, the volume kicks back to a low. With what we're trading at right now, this isn't even a concern. So I'm not even going to go into anything else about that. But I do want to show you Steve's tweet, and I do want to show you what my concern is. First, just an updated look at the after hours chart, because a tweet that I'm going to show you is going to possibly explain what happened with the up and move down. However, guys, this is a very good support that you can see it's establishing. So like I said, we're back to trading with, you know, just slightly above what we closed at $2.48. Now, let me start with Steve's tweet here. So the first one he tweets out was around, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'd say. And it says, GRNQ, let's talk structure. 4.7 million share float, which for some reason his number is higher than mine, and I'm not quite sure why that is. But at any rate, either one is still extremely small. Share price under $2. It was $1.80 when he first tweeted it out. You could buy the entire float for under $10 million. Guys, that's crazy. Incredible room on the chart, $22 away from the 52-week high versus 40 cents from 52-week low. Again, guys, something's up with either the way they're reporting, or I think that there was a reverse split. So, because I am seeing that it was lower, but then I'm seeing this move up, which I think was the reverse split there. But if somebody knows for sure, they can please fact check me. I did not have time to get deep into it. But GRNQ, the reason I like GRNQ so much is because it is the only other Network One financial uplist play in existence. If ATXG continues, the money can't spread out across multiple SIMs like it usually does. Combined with this structure, I believe this is a superior setup. So guys, he's saying that GRNQ is the sympathy play to ATXG, which if you guys don't know what happened to ATXG today, guys, that thing ripped. Like when I say ripped, it's like trading from, I think it opened somewhere around like $10-15, $7.50 I think was what the IPO price is, but then I think it opened like around double that, and it ripped all the way up to like $300 or $400. Absolutely crazy. Look up that ticker ATXG if you want to see an incredible move. Lord, do I wish I got in on that IPO. I did do a couple of them that had really nice returns, guys, but the problem is, even the ones that I went in early, the most I ever got was 11 shares. So it's kind of frustrating and, you know, a lot of time to only get 11 shares. But hey, I guess if it goes up that much, then 11 shares would have been good, but whatever. You know, and like I said, you know, even if you order hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars worth, that's still all I was getting. So it's nuts. Okay, now here's where my concern comes in. And guys, seriously, give Steve Yonezu from Yonezu Investing on Twitter. It's just his name, at Steve with a V, and then Yonezu, Yonezu. Give him a follow and put your notifications on for him, because he has some great plays. You know, some of them don't take off, but a lot of them do. And when they do, guys, you can make some decent money. So anyways, this is my concern. He just tweeted this out not too long ago, and that's where we saw that dump from like that it hit that $3.33, but it dumped down after to just being at where it closed at. And I believe it's because he sold his position, which I'm sure was quite large, and I'm sure a lot of his followers probably sold with him. But he says GRNQ, we hit 324 in after hours. We actually hit 333, up 80% from initial alert at $1.80. I posted various DD and analysis as we went along. Search GRNQ at Steve Yonezu to read them. Hope you were able to bank with me, even if it was just a scalp. See how he says, even if it was just a scalp? That is what indicates to me that he probably sold. So he's probably not going to be pumping it. However, he may pump it again tomorrow, especially if ATXG is banking again. So follow for more ideas like this one. So guys, seriously, I don't know if this is a kid, a young man, and a grown adult. I have no idea, but I think he definitely knows his stuff. He seems a lot like me that probably spends hours a day researching this stuff, and I like a lot of his picks. So I think that he's definitely worth your follow. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and if you're holding GRNQ, then I hope you kill it.